Good afternoon. It's May 31st, and today I would say this is a range day. You can see we had two legs down, but that first leg was in the overnight, and the second leg wasn't, I'm saying it wasn't big. It was damn near a 40-point sell-off, but it just had a sideways feel. I guess because it wasn't too easy to get in on this move down because you're going short into the overnight lows, and then you had this move down, so maybe you take some of this stuff, but again, not an easy day to trade. So yeah, we have this move down in the overnight, overshoot leads to a break, uh, and we're kind of just chopping up sideways, and then you start making lower highs. So I guess technically you could argue for this to be a failure, but you're going into this what looks like a potential level of resistance or support, excuse me. But then we go down and we make a new low, and then the market opened and we get two small legs of correction. You can see that. And really, we're just going sideways for a bit. You get this move up, convincing break right here, and two legs up to a new high before it reverses. So you do get a failure. But with how sideways it is, I have to mark that green. But it is a failure setup. We shoot through the EMA, test it once, test it a second time. So let's see what. Well, I guess you would have gotten whatever your target was, but let's see if on that first swing, 96.75. So yeah, you would have gotten 8 ticks if that's what you were going for. And this starts a downtrend. But as soon as it gets confirmed, we get a break. And then you get, again, a first entry, failed second entry long, but we already have a break and a move to a new low. So I'm marking that green, but it does break through the EMA, test it once, test it twice. It's also at the overnight lows, so it's tough. But you can see that starts a really strong move down. And then we hit the measured move, and then we just go sideways for a while. So when you get this pullback and you get a second entry short, maybe you take that, but we're in this correction. And then you get a failure, so maybe you take that. But look, I mean, we're overdue for the break. Well, we've already had a break and a move to a new low. So it's looking like we're due for a reversal. This move down isn't looking very strong anymore. And then we just start going sideways. And I don't see anything really in here. You get a second entry short right here after the break of this channel, but this is going into the lows, so I'm not crazy about it. And we break lower, the break lower fails, and we get this move up, but I'm not too keen on going long yet. And here you're going long right into the midline, even though it's a second entry long. Just not crazy about it. It's also a double test, so there's reasons to consider it. I'm not crazy about it, though. You get a second entry short up here at that proven level of resistance, double test, room back to the EMA, and we're just going sideways. Breaks out to the high side finally, fails, comes back, tests the lows, and then it bounces. I don't think you can take this reversal here. There's too much resistance at the EMA. Come here, you get a second entry long, not a good setup. Then you get a higher low. Maybe you consider that. Confirms our trend channel, but it's a bit away from the EMA. And you get sort of like a channel right here, but then you get a flatter channel right here. And this is a third entry, so you can't take that. This is like a failed second entry short, but with prices on both sides of the EMA, I wouldn't be too convinced that you can take that. And yeah, we find resistance at the midline of this flatter channel a few times here, and then we just go sideways and get a break. And it shoots down sharply, slight overshoot, then another leg down, and that leads to a break. No setups to go short right here, and then it just reverses and just goes higher. And then we get this move down. So really you have a break of this flatter channel now and a move to a new high. And it reverses. And I don't think I want to mark this red, but you can see if you look at this as a support level, I mean, we broke out of that support level and you get a lower high here and then the failure right there. So I think I might need to mark that red. Only problem is it's so much back and forth on both sides of the EMA, but that looks pretty good in hindsight. So that's how I saw it today. Not a whole lot. Tough day. That's the only high probability one I marked today. So hope everyone had a good day. I'll be back tomorrow.